Hello and welcome to episode number 85 on the Online Trainers podcast. Today's topic is your product or program too expensive? Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trim. Now, I can't afford it is a common objection that you're going to hear if you're in the online space and you're doing consultations over the phone, Zoom, Skype, wherever you are. Now, if you get to this stage of the conversation dies. It's like a buzzkill, right? It's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, bye-bye, is generally what I would say. Because if you've been to a lot of sales trainings, a lot of sales courses, they'll teach you how to pre-frame the call. And what I mean by that, especially if you haven't been, is, and it's quite good to increase the confidence and definitely know the techniques, but the techniques and the strategies and the tricks are only one way to really kind of harass and corner your victim per se, right? So they can't get out of it. And what I mean by I hate pre-framing. I love to build my business on authority, trust, and get results first so that the conversation becomes effortless. But if you've been to sales trainings, and I've invested a ton of money inside sales trainings, and I want to be able to share this with you, is that what happens is you'll ask a series of questions when you're starting your consultation. Before you get to that, I can't afford a bit. That's generally at the end of the conversation when you reveal the price. But at the start of the conversation, it generally goes something like this. Well, John, how much are you spending on your health and fitness at the moment? And John's going to tell you, look, I'm spending $100 on a gym membership a month. I've got this program, I've got that program. And then you'll go, okay, well, John, tell me about, you want to lose some weight, but how much are you spending out in a night with your friends? Do you go out? And so John's going to tell you how much he spends at the pub, and tell you how much he spends on taking girls out on dates. He's going to tell you how much he spends on parties on Friday night, Saturday night. And so eventually John tells you that he's racked up $1,000 over the course of a month, generally on basically his health and fitness and lifestyle. And this is almost setting up the pre-frame so that when it comes to that point where John says to you, hey, I can't afford the program, like, you can literally say, hey, dude, it's $99 a week. It's $150 a week. You're telling me that you're spending $1,000 a month on things that aren't actually going to get you to where you want to go to. And this program is designed to get you to the goals, your hopes, dreams, desires. We talked about how getting abs and getting into shape is going to bring you that ultimate ripped body, and you're going to feel so confident. You're going to get a pay rise. You're probably going to attract the love of your life. She's going to look at you. She's going to be absolutely in awe. And of course, you're painting the future pacing him, right? And so pre-framing, what that allows you to do, it allows you to say, look, John, you're spending $1,000 a month. It's just really trying to pull out questions and gather information so that you can use it against him later. And I really don't like this, because when I've done sales calls in the past, I've done this stuff, and even though you sell, it's like a remorseful sale. And at the end of it, it's just kind of sticky. So if you're getting to that point where John says, hey, it's too expensive, you can use this and say, John, look, you're spending $1,000 a month and that's not bringing you closer towards your goals. But if you invest $150 a week with me, I'm going to help you save money as well. I'm going to help you not only save $400 a month, but I'm going to bring you closer towards your goals. We're going to actually get you into shape. We're going to make you feel happier, feel better. Going to get the body that you wanted. You're going to attract the women of your dreams. You're probably going to get a better pay rise. How does that sound? And so generally when you objection handle, you can actually use your whole pre-framing questions to set it up to handle the objections. If you haven't set up the pre-framing questions, then the conversation's done and dusted. Why I want to bring this up to you today is because there are a lot of people out there telling me that the marketplace can't afford their products and services. And it's not expensive, not overly expensive, $97 a week over 12 weeks, over 16 weeks, over however long, but it's $97 a week. And I generally say to them, look, well, firstly, let's assess the marketplace. Can they really afford it? Or let's ask a better question. And the better question I generally ask is, can they really afford it? Or do they not see the value inside of your program? Do they not see the value? And what I mean by that is, if they're dead broke and they're about to live on the streets and they can hardly feed their family, they can't afford it. It's calling a spade a spade. But if they can afford the latest iPhones and that they can afford to go out, it means they have money. It means that they don't see the value inside of your program, because generally what happens is over time, because there's so much marketing in the marketplace, there's Instagram ebooks, that there's 12-week programs on there for $50. There's YouTube, which they can get completely for free. There's Cody apps where the people can actually get workouts and programs for $20. And there's things like that coming out. So why would they pay $1,500, $1,000 over the course of that 16-week period for your program? And that's when they say they can't afford it. What they're really trying to say is they think your program's too expensive because they can get the same product and service for a lot cheaper. Now, when you come to this point, you don't ever want to be a commodity. And what I mean by that is if you create your own marketplace, you're the only one selling that thing, and you've got 5 people that really want what you're selling, they have to pay your price. Okay, but if you have 2 people selling the same things, well, it's kind of like they know that there's 2 people, and so they can drive the price down. When you're a commodity, people can come into the marketplace, okay, and drive the price down. And how you not become a commodity inside the fitness space is a very, very tough gig. As a personal trainer, as a coach, if you're writing diets and you're sending out training programs, you're going to become a commodity very, very quickly because you'll soon be replaced by artificial intelligence. There's like artificial intelligence headphones out at the moment. It's pretty crazy, right? But this was coming. You were warned. There will be apps. There will be, in the next year, the game will change in the online space. And if you're a commodity and you're struggling right now to grow and build your online personal training business and fitness business or coaching business, they don't expect it to get easier in 2017. Okay, don't expect it to get easier because the thing is, right at this very moment in time, as technology evolves, we live in a world where exponential growth is occurring in our world, right? In the last 10 years, we've created things, we've had things that would never existed before. And so if you're struggling right now with your fitness business, it's really time to reassess. And why I'm telling you this is because I believe you're a great coach. And if you're not a great coach, you wouldn't be listening to me. Okay, and I really want to do my best to help serve you because I don't want you to get dragged through the mud. I don't want you to go through the painful mistakes I made or the painful mistakes there are hundreds of trainers that email me make every day because they've hired a bad mentor or a guy who just doesn't really know what he's doing. Okay, and why I say that is because there are so many people stuck in just leads and sales. And that's not what this game is all about. The whole point of the Online Trainers Club is to really help you go and do something you're completely passionate about and help you become a leader, right? And a leader, okay, and why I'm so passionate about this is because a leader has the ability to impact and change someone's lives. As opposed to a trainer that helps them lose weight, when you're a leader and you can influence somebody, if you can completely make them do a 180 and change directions in their lives, that's what leaders do, okay? And so the first step that you need to really understand is who is your niche? And I've gone through niching down, and I think that's so important because if you're still struggling with the niching, that's the first thing that you need to figure out. Who is your niche? And the second thing is, okay, what are all their problems? Okay, so once you've figured out your niche, let's say you're in the dad's niche, what are all the dad's problems in his life? What does he want to achieve? What is his hopes, dreams, and desires? And then you start to problem solve. Okay, you start to go, okay, well, you have to understand that with these guys, there are new problems occurring every single day. Okay, they're not the same problems they were 2 years ago. Like Facebook, mobile phones, apps, Tinder has caused drastic issues. It's solved issues, but with every solution, what you have to realize is that once a problem is solved, 2 more occurs. Okay, but they're different problems. So the fact is Tinder solved this problem of connecting people together very, very quickly. But now there's a new problem, and that's a lack of connection. Okay, so quick connection, funnily enough, leads to lack of connection. People don't feel as though they can really deeply and intimately get to know people. That's a new problem. You can go out and solve that. So what I'm trying to tell you today is that if you want to evolve in the marketplace and you want to create a new marketplace of yourself, you have to look at the problems inside your niche. And this is higher level strategic thinking. I don't expect every trainer to get it. And really it's understanding and figuring out, okay, number one, where are you at? Do you have good self-awareness of whether or not you're the leader or whether or not you're better off with things that you know supporting someone else? That's the name of the game. So if you're better off supporting someone else, go and bolt yourself on to somebody else and go, hey, I'm going to help you grow your business and we're going to grow this together. Because you might not be the visionary, okay? And that's okay. The first step is to know who you are. Are you the guy that has the biggest ideas? Are you the guy that is good at implementing, but you don't have good ideas? Can you problem solve and start connecting with people? We live in a world where you don't have to do everything yourself. In fact, if you do everything yourself, you're going to fail very quickly, okay? And right now, it's being strategic and being smart. But with all that being said, if you want to learn how to not be commoditized on price, you need to create your own marketplace. In order to create your own marketplace, you need to have a look at all the problems there are inside your niche at this very moment in time and come up with an innovative solution. So for dads, it might just not be about fat loss and training anymore. It's not about fat loss and training at all for the dads. They want to be a leader. They want to step up. They want to own the game. They want to be looked up to by their kids. They want to inspire and make love to their wives again, right? So what products and services can you bring together to solve that problem? And I know it's hard, I know it's daunting, but The truth is, it's survival of the fittest. And if you don't evolve in 2017, if you don't evolve your business and you don't evolve the mindset, this isn't for the trainer that wants to count reps and send out diet plans. This is evolution. And that phase, my friends, that's gone. That phase of 2 years ago of getting clients, sending them out nutrition, writing training programs, that's gone. It's harder and harder and harder to get. This is evolution. And that in 2017 isn't going to work as well. It's just going to die out. It's going to die out because technology will come in and wipe you out if you're doing that. So there's two things that you need at the moment. It's implementation. It's people are dying for implementation because technology is taking over the world. Technology is handing someone a silver spoon, okay, feeding them, right? And so people right at this very moment in time have an inability to think for themselves, but an inability to follow through. All right. What I mean by that is that because everything's handed over for them, people just don't know that they're losing this focus. They're losing this attention span. They can't actually follow through. So you're going to get paid if you help someone follow through. And the second way you're going to get paid is if you bridge and build connections and if you make them feel connected in this unconnected world. Okay. So if you want to get paid higher, and you don't want to have to go and use pre-framing bullcrap and NLP techniques and use all the tricks and tactics. And that's a great thing to understand and learn. But if you want to get away from that and actually create this legacy and create this vision of yourself, you have to go out and go, okay, what are the problems inside of my niche? And what do I need to do? And who do I need to bring in to solve these problems? What do I need to create? Okay, and really, this is deeper. This is taking you on a much more strategic level where you sit up in the helicopter and go, where's this going? As opposed to walking through the forest, wondering where the hell you're going. Okay, so I hope you get that. And today's task for you, the one thing I want you to do is think about your niche and write down all the problems that they currently have that you can solve, and write down all the problems that they have that you can't solve, and who you need to bring on, who you'll need to joint venture partner with, who would you need to partner with to actually solve these problems, whether it's a dating coach, a life coach, an accountability coach. It could be a guy who's just amazing with relationships, right? Whatever it is. Write that down, because now it's starting to get your thinking caps on for 2017, which is coming very, very soon. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you want to know more, reach out to me inside the Online Trainers Club. And of course, do share this podcast episode. We're at the brink of about 1,700 trainers, I believe. My assistant just sent me the update stats. 1,700 trainers a day listening to this. That's insane. So there is something out there. There is a need for this to grow. And you just have to find out whether or not you're the innovator or whether or not you're better bolting yourself on and connecting with another person going, I like your vision. I can really help. I want to be a part of it. And there's no shame in that at all. In fact, you'll probably be a lot more successful doing that. I think if you follow Gary Vee, he talks a lot about doing that. But yeah, have a fantastic day. Just got back from Sydney today and it was fantastic. I'll talk about that trip a little bit later on another podcast episode. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.